sensation. It's such a sweet sensation. It's such a whatever the lyrics are. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, I'm live. All right, guys, what is going on? This is a Club of the Man 893, and don't bother my going sweet sensation. But I'm pretty sure that's Vince McMahon every time he hears that song, because we had to choose like an old song to be the theme music for SummerSlam this year. I can just see Vince going, "It's such a sweet sensation. It's such a sweet." I can't remember all the words, so I'm just going to go do whatever the hell I want to say. It's such a sweet sensation. Gosh, I hate that theme. Here's the thing: as a song, "Sweet Sensation" isn't bad, but for a pay-per-view theme song, especially SummerSlam, for crying out loud, it is not. Repeat, it is not meant to be a pay-per-view song. It's a WWE pay-per-view theme song is more something metal, more so rock. Like, you know, so, like what's the NXT theme songs that for pay-per-views? They knock them out of the park, especially in a couple of Fozzie's themes. I gotta do that one more time. One more time, going. It's such a sweet sensation. It'll be such a sweet sensation whenever Roman Reigns wins the title this Sunday off of the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And then the crown Brooke will be a sweet sensation of new life into the Universal Championship. But of course, we're not here to talk about Raw. Even though, again, Raw was a little better this week. It wasn't that great, but it was better. Of course, we had the return of Dean Ambrose, and no, I'm not trying to grow out the beard to look like Dean Ambrose. I'm going to shave it off as soon as this stream ends because I hate facial hair. Yeah, we're here to talk about tonight's episode of SmackDown Live, the August 14th, 2018 of SmackDown Live. And last night we were in Greensboro, North Carolina. Tonight we were in Greenville, South Carolina. So a lot of greens here we're doing. We're going to Green Bay next? Nah, not yet. We're going to Brooklyn, New York next, as we're going to be going now to SummerSlam, which is this weekend, this Sunday, August 19th, 2018. If you haven't known yet, it is live on the WWE Network for just $9.99. But for first-time subscribers, you get your first month free. How to get that play. But anyways, yeah, guys. So what's going on? Again, this is the Club Midnight 93 coming at you. And this is my live review of the Go Home Show edition of SmackDown Live going to SummerSlam, the August 14th, I think, of SummerSlam of SmackDown Live. Again, as I said, this took place in Greenville, South Carolina. Overall, it was a solid show. Wasn't too bad. Not as good as I had hoped for. It was good, but something was missing to it, I felt. I think the problem was the first hour had a lot of tag matches in it. 3 tag matches, and 2 of them were basing off of the storyline, whatever the heck's going on here with the SmackDown tag titles, pretty much. So that kind of took up some time. We had a couple good documentary segments, though, involving the history between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Great way to hype for their match on Sunday as well. And some interesting turn of events with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe tonight as well. We'll get right into that. First, as always, let's check the live chat and see who is in the live chat. Looks like we got 2 people. We got Dakota, first off, who says he gave SmackDown a B. He asked if last night was really Matt's last match. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Again, I've been hearing the rumors about Matt retiring. I did see a couple posts. Even on Instagram, he posted a photo with him and Bray saying thank you for being my conqueror or whatever I could call him and whatnot. And it looks like there are rumors that it could be so. I thought maybe they would have like a send off for him or something like that, but good chance it could have been. And if so, then Bray Wyatt should be probably going on a singles feud as a singles run as a babyface. Hopefully, it'll work out in the long run for him, even though he was the one eating the pins the past couple weeks. Because as you all, if you forgot, Bray Wyatt was the eater of pins at one point. Still maybe, but we will see. We also got King Larry the First, who said, "Oh God, sorry to everyone for my negative. But SmackDown was worse than Raw this week." He thought. There he is, the club of the man. Like that, Larry. SmackDown was better than Raw. The matches were better. I was cracking up. And then Don't Shave Mike Sorry, guys. Again, I'm not a facial hair. I hate facial hair. I don't know what it is, but the beard was never for me. I just don't like it. I mean, especially in summertime, when it's hot up. But I don't know why it just does not fit me. Maybe because I'm blonde. I don't know. Personally, in my opinion, I'm just not a beard person. So sorry, guys. Do you agree that Jeff is probably winning Sunday, then feuding with Orton? Either way, Jeff is feuding with Orton. Thing is, I was like, I don't know if it will be for the U.S. title, but the same, because why would Orton let Hardy win the U.S. title if he's still lurking around watching him? But then again, also, if Shinsuke still had the U.S. title, then who would feud with him next for it? I'm not 100% sure about that. I mean, I'll think about that more and talk about that more when I do my SummerSlam predictions sometime this week. Larry gave SmackDown a C-. SmackDown, I see Orton waiting until Jeff wins Sunday, then attacking him, maybe. The only thing I really enjoyed was the Miz and Bryan thing. The videos were awesome. They were. Someone is tired. Not really. Larry, I'm not as tired as I was last night. I had a busy day. I get up early tomorrow also, but again, it's just a really busy week for me. Well, this stuff I gotta get done this week for work, and then I have an 11-hour gig on Saturday. And this week is gonna be so busy with wrestling stuff and other odds and ends, softball playoffs for me. So wish my team luck. Anyways, you're right though, Dakota. Jeff does have more options than Shinsuke. So yeah, it's definitely a tough one. It would look pointless just to throw the title on Shinsuke, and why not just have Jeff and Orton have the match at SummerSlam, or even have Orton involved in the triple threat in some way. But of course, Shinsuke, winning a championship, retaining championship, like who would feud with the next? It's definitely confusing. So we'll see what happens. But keep the stuff coming alive, chat. As always, guys. So I will get started with the review, and then you guys, of course, again, just leave your comments in the live chat, and I will get right back to them here and there. So we open up the show with Charlotte, Becky, and Carmella, who begins saying that almost as absurd as defending her title in a three-way at SummerSlam as Paige forced her to come out here tonight to this fake face-to-face. She's tired of their faces and tired of being constantly punished for being such an amazing champion, which, of course, she's not meant to come across one, but on the microphone, she's still entertaining as hell. But, hey, she is champion, so life is good, baby. She wants to talk about something everyone is thinking. Poor Becky doesn't stand a chance now. She used to be a clown for a living, and she should think about going back because it's the one thing she does better than Charlotte, even though Becky has gotten victories over Charlotte before in the past and fairly recently also in the Money in the Bank. But Becky admits that she would rather not have Charlotte in the match, but only because she's an incredible athlete. Lynch was losing sleep about dismantling Carmella, and when Charlotte got into the match, she needed a new dream, and she needed to add whooping flair to her dream of beating Carmella. Of course, Carmella starts to try to, build the tension a little bit more, and she mentioned how she beat Charlotte twice and runs down her accolades, and Flair cuts her off, saying that she's off and says the lies and cheating ends at SummerSlam, and she's pulled out all the stops to her retaining, and she even went as far as digging James Ellsworth out of the ground to get around Asuka, and she wonders why no one respects her. Maybe it's because, and I love this line, it was a burn on Carmella. Even though, again, I don't hate Carmella, but, obviously she's playing in the role more of a diva than a women's wrestler because they've taken away so much of her wrestling talent for some reason. Which, I mean, yeah, she wasn't, the flashiest in the ring, but I still thought, she did have some potential as a wrestler, and then she just slowly had things taken away, and all I see her do is now as a super kick. But anyways, and by the way, my phone needs to stop giving me alerts when my own reviews start. I don't need to know that, guys. Oh, YouTube. Anyways, but she says that maybe it's because you're a diva living in a women's era. Burn right there. That was my line of the night. I thought so, that burn right there. Which again, I don't hate Carmella, but again, it pretty much is true. Carmella then says that she pretty much is a diva. She starts comparing her beauty, her body, and charisma to theirs, and further, she's a champ and they're not. So Carmella starts going, "Ooh, look at me," whatnot. Which, Carmella is pretty darn good looking, but so is Becky and Charlotte. I'll give them back that. But then Paige comes out, says the W Universe owes Mella a big thank you for losing to Charlotte and setting up the triple threat, and she knows they're going to steal the show. As show manager, it's her duty to create the best competition for SmackDown, so why wait until Sunday to see what they do best? or Carmella that's talking, so she sends her to the announce desk, which is kind of true. She's better at talking than being in the ring. And then she books Becky and Charlotte into a tag match against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. The match was all right. I mean, I appreciate it for the story it told. Becky getting into the match and Charlotte wanting to get back in there, but Becky pretty much took care of it all by herself. Okay, I get that. Becky's trying to show she's on a little bit of a winning streak here. She has a momentum going. She thinks she's got things where she wants them. Again, it could plant the seeds again for a heel turn up Becky Lynch. Even though, like I said last night, the reason why I still don't feel Becky Lynch should turn heel is because she's finally getting an opportunity that people want. People want her to get this. I mean, yes, you can kind of make a case about Dean Ambrose. People want to see, Dean Ambrose, get more noticeable. But the thing is, Dean Ambrose's heel run has kind of hit its dead end. Face run has hit its dead end. And, the seeds are planned for him to be turn to the dark side. Where Becky Lynch, it's like, the fans want to see her get back up on top. And that's why she feels just the babyface momentum behind her right now. And, Charlotte's a babyface, is fine. But again, Charlotte's more meant to be a heel, I feel. So, I mean, if Becky turns heel on Sunday, I won't be upset. But I still feel like, she's, the situation is still weird. And she still would feel like a babyface in some ways. But that's what I was trying to imply here with this match, that, Becky was showing that, she can still do things on her own, which, obviously she proved that tonight. But once again, besides Carmella being a heel champion, who else on SmackDown in the Women's Division is a well-established heel? Because all I've been seeing so far is the Iconics, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce losing, and so are Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And what still is not making sense to me, as I keep saying, is when Sonya and Mandy first came over from Raw, Paige Flat told them, "Hey, Absolution is dead," and she was trying to get them to, be able to do things on their own. And I'll be honest, I was somewhat interested in that. It was different. It was fresh. Yes, Mandy and Sonya aren't the greatest in ring talents. I mean, I still have a little bit more faith in Mandy than Sonya, honestly, because to me, Sonya, every time Sonya wrestles, she's just in just like a slow moving sparring match or something. I mean, yes, I know she has like an MMA. She's more of an MMA style fighter, but Ronda Rousey, still trying to freshen out a little bit, is at least looking like someone dangerous and someone who can literally whoop your ass pretty much. But I don't see the same with Sonya Deville. So why are all these heels losing? Nobody feels like a threat here for the dark side, which we could be getting one of them sooner or later. Charlotte or Becky turns heel, but something's got got to help them. So that's why I wasn't a fan of, once again, having Sonya. I mean, yes, obviously them beating Charlotte and Becky would make any sense anyways, but they're in a weird spot still. But I like the fact that they have Becky tap out to get the momentum going. So that was this Sunday. Obviously, it seems like they're setting the seeds for Evolution, which it takes on October 28th, 2018. In case you guys didn't know, it's an all-women's pay-per-view called Evolution. But I think they're going to plant the seeds that have a match between Charlotte and Becky at that pay-per-view. So I think, again, I just keep thinking it's going to go. But we'll talk about this more, of course, in my preview and predictions for SummerSlam sometime this week. So Charlotte and Becky get the win. We get a handicap promo from Miz and Maurice announcing that their show Miz and Mrs. has been signed on for a second season already, and they're thanking everybody who's watched, which I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I still hear it's pretty good. So congratulations, Miz and Maurice. Awesome job for you guys as well. We then get a backstage segment with Charlotte and Becky, who are celebrating. Charlotte says she didn't have to do it alone. And Becky's like, I know. And then they pretty much just said, may the best woman win on Sunday. So, we'll see what happens. So, we'll see what happens Sunday. Again, either Charlotte or Becky's probably going to win, and the other one's probably going to turn. But, there's some weird noises outside. Oh, some cats, because there's a lot of cats running around in my neighborhood. But again, we'll see what happens on Sunday. So that was that. Then we had these two matches. We had the Bludgeon Brothers, who were getting set to have a 3-on-2 handicap match against an enhancement talent called the Triple Threat, and they just beat them down. And I'm like, okay. It's like, why are we, again, the Bludgeon Brothers, are tag champions. Yes, they're beating, like, the Usos. They recently beat Team Hell No. Now they're facing the New Day, which I know they can probably squash. So why are we having them fight jobbers as champions? Like, what's everyone doing? It proves nothing that we know they're dominating, they can destroy. And as I keep saying, the reason why I feel like, the Bludgeon Brothers run has been fine, but, it just feels like, they're just having squash matches every single week against, like, enhancement talent. Like, you have a cat fell outside, people. Anyways, but yeah, so my thing is, again, like, why can't we get something different out of the Bludgeon Brothers besides them just coming to the ring and just, killing people, which, it's cool. Yeah, they're dominating, but it's starting to get a little old. Like, we want something like different, like, dig into their personas a little bit more, as I keep saying. But they just beat them down. The match never happens. We got before the next match, so we had a video package, the first of 3, covering the Miz and Daniel Bryan's long history, and it starts off going off the history of, like, how it all started 8 years ago in the original NXT, which, again, a lot different now than it was back then. The first NXT was a reality show, pretty much, guys, and it was didn't impress me much when I seen the highlights. I'm like, nah, I would have not definitely enjoyed it if I was watching back then. But pretty much, establishing, Daniel Bryan was Miz's rookie, but the whole thing with how, Daniel Bryan felt he never needed the Miz to prove it. He thought he was a better performer and whatnot. So they covered that portion. And then, we would see 2 more segments later on in the night about, the retirement, talking smack, and then the return. So we got that. Then we had the New Day taking on Sandy in a 6-man tag match. Of course, also happy birthday to Kofi Kingston as well. Match wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't too bad tag matches, but I mean, again, it's a weird situation where you don't want to have New Day lose, and all of a sudden have to have Sandy add to the match. But still scratch my head about Sandy losing now. They've done nothing but lose. I mean, they won the tables match at Extreme Rules, but who, where did they go from there? They still lost. I mean, I think they scratched it. They did. Eric Young did beat Kofi Kingston in a singles match, I think, the following SmackDown. But yeah, so again, it's like, well, what did they benefit from feud with the New Day? It's kind of like, what happened with Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. Again, this subject, again, as I promised, is a thing of SmackDown, not Raw review. So New Day gets the win. Again, match wasn't too bad, but what's really going to do? I mean, Bludgeon Brothers was going to retain. I don't see the New Day beating them on Sunday, but that's all she wrote. Winning with the up, down, down. And then we have part 2 of the Miz and Daniel Bryan documentary. Again, it's time talking about how Daniel Bryan announced his retirement, and then the Miz just absolutely was attacking Daniel Bryan on talking smack and whatnot as general manager. And Bryan said he felt he did a good job as GM, but he obviously was holding back as Miz, it was true. He was considering going somewhere else to wrestle. He was waiting until his contract ran up first though. But of course, that would lead to eventually, what we get in the third part, which is about Daniel Bryan's return. Live chat. Let's see what we got here in the chat of live. Let's see here. We've got Dakota said he liked Jeff finally getting the upper hand. That told a good story there. No sign of Lauren yet. You see Orton is facing legal action. They are looking onto his thing where, I heard about that. I still think it would be ridiculous though. Like, he's been around for how many years, and now all of a sudden they're saying something about it now. But yeah, that's definitely weird. But I'm as of now innocent until proven guilty, I'd say. The code still thinks that Becky is winning on Sunday. It'd be nice. Larry said, let's be honest, Carmella really is a diva, nothing else. She is. I mean, the woman, the woman could wrestle. It's just I feel like they just taken away, some things in her repertoire. Like I still liked her code of silence finisher. She when she first she first turned heel and whatnot. Well, she was probably using it before in NXT. They just like taken like the wrestling aspect of her away. And this, yeah, she's great on a microphone, but again, as a wrestler, she's not really anything special. Becky's a wrestler. Carmella's a Barbie doll. Dakota thinks Becky needs to stay face. What is Mella going to do next? Wait for it. Super kick. Exactly. That's all she really does. Larry also versus Becky would stay face. That's right, Dakota. Now, what will Mella do? Super kick. Bam! Charlotte will be the perfect heel for the women, but WWE, I say, won't turn her until after Evolution paper because they want her to be a PR person. I mean, that is true. But then again, as I mentioned this before, King Larry. I don't know if you've heard any of my previous streams I mentioned, but again, Charlotte was interviewed once, talking about how, there was a little bit of tension between her and Sasha when they first both came to the main roster because, obviously Sasha wanted to be the champion, but Charlotte felt it was her time because, as she mentioned, like she was in NXT for 8 months. 8 months after she dropped her title when people like Sasha or Paige came up to the main roster as champion. And the reason why she was a babyface was because, she was putting on good matches in NXT pretty much. Like the Charlotte character is at its bread and butter as a heel, as she said. And that's why she kind of in some ways slowly turned herself heel, which I do agree. When Charlotte is a heel, not only is she one of the best women in the WWE, but she's also one of the best superstars in the WWE period, I feel, together. But I mean, I feel like, again, she's on another level as a heel too. I mean, if Becky is a heel, I'd be interested. But again, it just still feels like that Becky has that babyface man. Like, you want to, as Dean Ambrose also stated in an interview on Talk is Jericho, you wanted to have like a babyface, get to like its highest point where it's like there's nothing else you can really do, but like people are still hot for you, and then strike with the heel turn. That's what happened with the Shield. With Becky Lynch, yeah, she's a baby facing, but I feel again, I still feel that she's people are wanting to see her finally overcome all these obstacles and finally get there. So Becky wouldn't be booed when she couldn't be booed still yet at this point. I mean, yes, again, heels get cheered for, but then again, if WWE really wants to go on the true aspect of a face or a heel, and I still say keep Becky a baby face for now. What are you going to do if all the women's pay-per-view is Roman shows up in a blonde wig, makeup on, and bra and panties? I'd turn the pay-per-view off. Yeah, that's pretty funny, Dakota. How can you go from losing all the time to straight up squashing people? Exactly, because that's the logic. Sanity is going to get pushed soon. Hopefully they do. You could have had the Bludgeon Brothers come out and attack them pretty much. Oh, by the way, thumbs up for the video for Mike. Everybody watch this. Thank you, King Larry. Done, hit the thumbs up. Very good. I don't think he did it. Who is the third person that's watching? Not sure yet. Now, 4 people. I think Mella is. He thinks Mella is lazy. Really lazy. I mean, that's what she comes across as a wrestler. Again, it's just a super kick. Again, if they wouldn't take some for wrestling repertoire away, whatnot, I mean, she'd be at least a decent wrestler. But what can we say? But yeah, he says, totally, Mike, I understand you. Thank you, King Larry. Who are all the tag teams on SmackDown Live? Well, I'm trying to think here. We got, if you want to count, well, for now, Rusev Day still is together. The Bludgeon Brothers, The Bar, New Day and Usos, Sanity. I mean, if the Colognes decide to ever come back, who knows? But I believe that's it. I think. I'm not sure. So again, the tag team division is still somewhat stacked, but there's not really, utilizing anybody. It's kind of like how it was before. SmackDown, has been better, kind of like how it was, 2016. Wasn't bad, but the tag team division is all kind of pointless. But yeah, thank you guys for stuff in the live chat. For the most part, most face teams, except for the Bar and the Bludgeon Brothers and Sanity. So it is kind of even in some ways, I'd say, with the face and heels. But yep, I'll continue on though and keep talking, guys. We then have Paige go to Samoa Joe's locker room. He comes out and he asks what's up. And she says he refused a chance to address the crowd tonight separately. He says he's shy, and she says she doesn't want him ruining her main event, and he needs to be professional. He says that's funny because she wasn't looking for a professional when she offered him the shot. She liked his killer instinct. AJ wants to make a promise tonight. He promises that he'll do what he damn well pleases when he wants. And Paige and the universe will have to deal with the consequences. Or he can sit back here and relax and take advantage of all his hard work. Goes back into his locker room. We will see it later on tonight. We have Aiden English in the ring struggling to sing on the mic. He then launches into a song about making amends to Rusev and Lana by making Almas pay tonight in the name of Rusev Day. So we have Aiden English take on Andrade Cien Almas. Not much happened. Aiden tried, came up short. Almas beat him with a hammerlock DDT. Then Zelina Vega got on a microphone and says, if we like catchphrases and use useless holidays, mark your calendar because SummerSlam is the end of Rusev Day and Lana Day, and she's going to expose Lana as the dead weight she is. Then Rusev and Lana come out. Rusev says they're acting like they just won the Powerball, but Andrade's luck runs out Sunday, and Zelina will learn why Lana is the best. I'm sorry, Lana is the best. Lana #1. And Lana says they'll crush him because SummerSlam is on Rusev Day. So, yeah, so it's a pre-show match. So, again, it's just a match to get, Almas onto the card some ways. As, again, as I said, Almas is not one of my favorites for sure, but I still definitely respect, the talent that he is. Rusev, I feel like they may be finally getting him into a babyface direction, but I will wait, of course, for sure. I mean, I've already considered Lana a babyface, as she has been acting like one in the women's division recently. But I'm probably going to wait until I see the aftermath of SummerSlam to see if Rusev is for sure a pure babyface now, or if there's going back and forth with him, like always. So can't fully trust it, but I'm starting to lean towards maybe yes for Rusev. Plus, also, I have really no time this week to make any extra videos, really, because of how busy I am this week. Probably squeeze something here and there. So we got that. Tag match shouldn't be too bad in the pre-show Sunday night. I probably won't be able to watch it live because I'm probably not going to watch it pre-show because I have total other things going on for SummerSlam on Sunday. That's probably so for. But anyways, so we got that. Then we have AJ Styles coming to Paige's office because she wanted to see him. She says she knows things are getting intense, but she needs both of them to stay professional. She admits talking to Joe didn't go well, but AJ is a champ, but people look up to him. He says he made his wife a promise that he intends to keep. So we'll hear from AJ at the end of the show. Jeff Hardy's backstage, and then we get part 3 of the Daniel Bryan and Miz video package. Again, this time it was talking about Daniel Bryan's return to the ring and how, Daniel Bryan obviously, was going to step down as SmackDown Live general manager, be a wrestler and not a corporate figure anymore. But of course, one of his last moves as general manager was to get the Miz over to SmackDown through the Superstar Shakeup, which happened. And then, of course, the Miz, continued to blame Daniel Bryan, saying you only came back just so you can punch me in the face. But Daniel Bryan, that's not why he came back. He came back because he wanted to do what he loved to do. But he's getting tired of the Miz, this war between him and the Miz, and we're going to settle this on Sunday in the ring. Even though I still think this needs to be an ongoing feud. This can't be just a one-off deal. There has to be something else happening to keep this feud going. I want to see, and it's not going to happen, but I still was thinking what could have happened is they could have made this a career-threatening match for Daniel Bryan. I mean, there have been rumors already that Bryan has signed an extension, which, if that's true, cool. But they should have not announced yet that his contract have been extended. They should have, waited until after this because they could make it a career-threatening match. Have the Miz beat Bryan because it could some ways help elevate the Miz into the main event scene. And the Miz could eventually become WWE champion. And then, he'll throw the odds against Daniel Bryan and say, if you think you're that good, then, you're going to overcome the odds once again. If you want to get your job back, you have to do 2 things. Win the Royal Rumble and then beat the Miz for the WWE championship at WrestleMania 35. It'd be an unreal story. It'd be awesome. It could, get both help not just Daniel Bryan get back into the main event scene, but the Miz as well. I think the Miz has been well deserving of another shot in the main event scene as well. Again, I've been so impressed with how much The Miz has improved, as one of the best heels in the company. So I definitely think he deserves it. So maybe he'll also go some route along that, but it's going to be a career-threatening match on Sunday. But I can't wait to see what goes down between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. But waiting to see that match for 8 freaking years. Well, okay, they had the feud for the U.S. title at the beginning, but things got even more heated while Daniel Bryan was SmackDown Live general manager. It's been how many years in the making? So we're finally getting it this Sunday. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. We then have Jeff Hardy taking on Shelton Benjamin, which we haven't seen in a long time. So what's up, Shelly? It's good to see you again, buddy. We had the match. Match was not too bad between these veterans. Of course, the match ended, though, with Jeff hitting a move. Apparently, he'd been used on house shows, a big splash. I don't know. I would have liked it better. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it because it just looked like he just flubbed himself on top of Shelton Benjamin. Yes, I get it. He kind of has to protect himself. He can't be doing constant swanton bombs. He would do one after the match in the post-match, brawl with Shinsuke Nakamura. We'll get that in a second. But it could have been a little more creative. Like he just literally did the twist of face, turn around, and just went just plopped right on top of Shelton Benjamin. So wasn't a fan of that splash. But then afterwards, Nakamura comes in and then Benjamin tries to help Nakamura, blindside Hardy, but it did not work out. As Dakota mentioned before, Hardy finally got the upper hand on him because Hardy's been dealing with Nakamura playing mind games with him and Randy Orton playing mind games with him as well. But of course, finally, Nakamura hit the twist of fate and a swanton bomb on Nakamura. But then we do see Randy Orton peeking around the stage, just pretty much just staring down Hardy like, coming for you. You better watch out. So, we'll see what happens. Will he at all try to, interfere in the U.S. title match at SummerSlam? Yeah, I'm surprised that match not a triple threat match, but thank goodness at least we're not getting multiple multi-man matches. I'm glad that is not happening. It's, too many is not enough. Just like we had 2 triple threats and a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. A multi-man match is okay, but when you have so many of them on the same show, it's just like, But yeah, so that was not too bad of a match, and not bad. So I look forward to definitely seeing what Nakamura and Hardy can do at SummerSlam. Hopefully, Nakamura has a lot better SummerSlam than he did last year when he had a terrible match against Jinder Mahal. We're not going to talk about that feud again because thank goodness that is done. Live chat before we get to the main event. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. The Good Brothers. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the club also, Good Brothers, for tag teams. Rusev Day, King Larry, their faces, kind of Sandy, The Bar, Bludgeon Brothers. Rusev Day right now are definitely more a face team. Hopefully it stays that way. Clap, clap. How many matches did we have tonight? We didn't have too many matches. Before Tyler, do you think the B team wins on Sunday? Still debating about that one again. I will share that in my SummerSlam predictions. Would probably either be tomorrow or Thursday. I check again. I think 4 by the count them again. Also, Mike, if WWE wants to keep Styles WWE champion until at least WTK is released, which is December in October, I mean that's fine with me in some ways. I mean, I still think Joe could use his championship more, but I feel again with the ending, I feel this feud will continue some way. So we'll see what goes down at SummerSlam. Dakota wants the B team stripped. He says that they're a joke. He's sick of these fluke wins. It's annoying to him, which, that's fine with you feel the way Dakota. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I probably would get sick of it too, but again, I still feel that the B team is playing the role of, getting lucky and being still like a team that, isn't really, that big standouts, very well. I feel they're being entertaining about it the right way, but I get up to understand somebody would still be annoyed with the B team. Larry says he's glad he's not the only one who thinks that. And is Balor and Corbin on the card SummerSlam? Yeah. Again, Balor and Corbin can still put on good matches, but the story within this has been awful. Again, my thing is Balor wins Sunday. I think Ziggler's going to retain because of someone in Seth Rollins' corner is going to turn on Rollins, and have Balor beat Ziggler at Hell in a Cell for the IC title. I thought the Bryan and Miz segments were awesome. The Ambrose turn was kind of a letdown. It wasn't a surprise with how he was announced. They should have had Rollins getting beat down, then Ambrose music hits and he comes down. True, but I think it was still well done for the most part. Nakamura hit the twist of fate and swanton bomb on Nakamura. Man, Hardy hit it. Man, what a botch. Thanks for pointing out, Dakota. Corbin, Battle Corbin, and I'm pretty sure it's official. I don't like it. It's a Raw episode match. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a Raw episode match. Again, they could have a pay-per-view match. I mean, again, I think as a match, they put on a good match, but the story behind it hasn't made me feel like a big pay-per-view event. That should be a pre-show match. Yeah, put that on the pre-show and put Alexander and Gulak on the main show. The Cruiserweight Championship deserves a chance on the main show. It does. I'm serious. I need to watch 205 Live, so I'll watch it after I do this review. But I agree. I think the Cruiserweight Championship is on the main card. I saw it's on the pre-show. That we got Murik 33, Space 622 saying hello. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. I see their point by having the cover start as WWE champion until the game is released. I do, yeah, definitely. I do definitely agree. Especially, again, I don't mind seeing Styles continue on. It's just I just feel, Joe needs to get something out of this feud. I think, he didn't beat Brock, which I still felt he didn't look completely weak against him. Got injured, and then he came back and he lost that match to Roman, which what was the point of that happening? He's just kind of been there. I feel like he needs just something else to get him going, even if he loses, but he looks strong in the loss or something like that. I just think Joe really needs to get something going for him again. Yeah, I agree about Balor and Corbin on a pre-show, not Alexander and Gulak. But let's finish up with our main event of the show, which was wasn't a match, it was a segment. But we have AJ Styles coming out, and he gets on the microphone. He says for almost 20 years, he's been able to travel the world and compete against some of the best talent. He's learned a lot, but nothing more important than the lesson he learned after winning the championship. There's a reason his title is so hard to hold, and that's the pressure the champion is under, and Samoa Joe has hit his pressure points. It started when he blindsided him the night where he was revealed to be the number one contender. He thought he knew who Joe was, but then Joe stabbed him in the back, and then he stabbed him in the heart, showing the segment then of Joe, attacking him for saying he's being a bad father or whatnot. And so Joe got right where he wanted. He lost his cool, and he spoke about something very private and personal, his family. As a man, as a father, a husband, he has to defend himself, and he got emotional and went to a place he didn't want to go. A place where he wanted to rip Joe's head off, but then he got home and hugged his kids and his wife told him he can't lose his cool like that. He appreciates everything he does for him, but you got to remain focused so he can kick, and then he got to rub like a Samoa Joe came out, which every time Samoa Joe comes out, I tweet to my sister a gif of Samoa Joe, because when I was visiting her a couple months ago, I was playing some theme music in the car, and one of those Samoa Joe's themes, and she actually was stuck with got a kick out of Samoa Joe's themes. Every time Samoa Joe comes out, I just literally just send her a gif on Twitter or GIF, whatever you call it. But he comes out, says he got a piece of paper in his hand, and it says, "That's a wonderful tale, but they both know that what he's saying isn't true. Relax, he wants to help him keep his promise." He holds a letter from a member of the W Universe. He thought AJ should hear it. He unfolds it and he reads. It's from someone who thought that what Samoa Joe said about AJ and his family was disgusting and made them ill. Not because they were wrong, but because they were true. And this person used to be the biggest Styles fan in the world, but it's now clear he didn't want children nor a wife, and that's why he's such a great champion, because he'll do anything to stay away from his family. They pray Joe wins so Styles can feel the feeling of losing what he values most, because they lost him a long time ago. And Joe then reveals that the letter is from AJ Styles' wife, Wendy. And cuts right off the air because I mentioned, I guess it wasn't like as bad tonight, but sometimes SmackDown tends to just be there, talking, boom, and then all of a sudden it's off the air because it'd be off there at dead 10 o'clock or something like that, which sometimes it works, sometimes it's fine, a little awkward, it just annoys me a little bit. But so Could the letter be from Wendy Styles? With that being the ending of a go-home show or SummerSlam, it's obvious that this feud is going to be more than one match. So this feud's probably going to continue to SummerSlam. Could they get a little more personal with this? See what happens. But either way, I think Joe and Styles is still going to be my match of the night this Sunday at SummerSlam. And that's how we went off the show. We had the again solid show. We had I enjoyed the Miz and Bryan segments. You know, I enjoyed stuff with Joe and Styles. Stuff with Becky and Charlotte wasn't too bad, but again, the match was what it was. Stuff with the tag team division I wasn't a fan of. I like the stuff with Hardy and with getting up hand Nakamura. But yeah, overall it was all right. I expected a little bit better for a go home show, but I still thought it was a tolerable show. I'll give it a first. Let me check the polls on Twitter, and I'll check the live chat and give my grade also as well. So 10 votes for what grade would you give this week's episode of SmackDown Live? 20% said A, 50% said B, 20% said C, and 10% said D or lower. And what show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live? 11 votes on this. 64% said Raw, 36% said SmackDown Live. My results, again, I gave it a B-. Solid show, could have been better. I still thought it was a good show, so through a B-. As far as show I enjoyed better, but here's the thing, I gave SmackDown a B-, Raw C+. It's tough because Raw had the big return of Dean Ambrose, but obviously gotta go with what the great letter shows. So obviously SmackDown gets a slight edge in my opinion for this week. I know Larry enjoyed Raw more than SmackDown this week, which is totally cool. That's your opinion. That's what you think. See what Dakota gave SmackDown a B as well. I think he probably would said Raw. SmackDown was a little better than Raw, but that's what you guys think. That's what's your opinions. So let's check the live chat one more time before we go off the air. Let's see. They could have Joe look dominant and have Styles win by pinfall when Joe has a Coquina clutch, and so a fluke win. Kind of like how they did whenever Joe faced Rollins at Payback in 2017, which okay, I could probably tolerate that, but just don't make Joe look weak. Again, Joe needs to come out of this with something. I feel he needs to come out of this looking strong. The ending from Wendy Styles then walks out. That makes me wonder what will happen. It does too. Yeah, it's just again sometimes SmackDown just gets has like the abrupt endings. Larry doesn't find SmackDown too exciting. TakeOver will steal the show. Most likely will. The only thing that's really exciting for SummerSlam is if we get a heel turn, which we most likely will. I definitely am interested as well the coast as will happen. I mean, again, SummerSlam, it's been a weird build, especially on the Raw side, it's been kind of weak. But some good things can still come out of this card we're getting. I mean, the only matches I'm not really too hyped for is maybe the Raw tag title match can be all right. Balor and Corbin is just going to be, could be a decent match, but again, there's no story behind it. Nothing. Again, just could get Balor to the ISC title picture afterwards, I think. The SmackDown tag title match, I'm not sure. But most of the other stuff has something intriguing to it that we can definitely see what happens. I mean, even Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I'm just looking forward to see what's going to happen in the aftermath. Just get the title off of Brock. I say at this point, give it to Roman. But again, do not try to recycle the heist of the century. I repeat, do not try to recycle the heist of the century. But I'll talk about that more in my SummerSlam predictions when we get there. Larry says the straightest feeling that we won't get a Roman Reigns heel turn. We most likely won't. I'm not getting my hopes up at all. He'll wait till SmackDown Live goes to Fox, see the new stage set. What about you, Mike? I definitely look forward to it as well. Larry says, bless you, thank you. From SmackDown, the top matches will be Joe versus Styles and Jeff versus Nakamura. Raw will be Dolph versus Ziggler and either Alexander versus Gulev or Lesnar versus Reigns, only because Raw has no rivalries. Exactly. Don't sleep on Miz versus Bryan. Yes, that match definitely can steal a show as well. I did hear on the thing from KHI Seats, which is usually right, that to look out for a Heyman team with Reigns as a Roman heel turn. Again, I would like to see it happen. But then again, the thing is, you think about it too, Is Brock Lesnar going to be getting cheered anytime soon? Like, that's the thing that would be strange about it. But Heyman teaming up with Roman again would be freaking awesome. They would have the balls pull the trigger. Top 3 matches will probably be Styles and Joe, Miz versus Bryan, and Jefferson Nakamura, which are all from the blue brand. Exactly, because the blue brand has had much better build than the red brand. But I think with that, I'm going to cut it here because I got to get a shower. I'm going to watch 205 Live. And maybe if I am waking up, I'll review 205 real quick. I have to get up early tomorrow morning. So, yeah, so guys, the rest of the week, I expect a live review of 205 Live, NXT. Predictions for TakeOver, Brooklyn 4. Maybe I'll do them after my NXT review tomorrow night. If not, then I'll do that. And SummerSlam, maybe Thursday. Special live stream probably every Thursday night or Friday night, depends. I'm probably going to the Pirate game one of those 2 nights. And again, as I mentioned before, please do not spoil anything for me for takeovers. I know for sure today I will not be able to watch TakeOver. We'll at least complete it until Monday, the day after SummerSlam, because again, I'm working on Saturday 12 to 11. I gotta get up early, take care of a few things Sunday morning. And here's the thing also is my gig on Saturday is like an hour away from my house. So by the time I get home, it's going to be after midnight. I got to get up at a decent time Sunday morning. So if I have time, maybe I'll watch it the first hour, TakeOver, something like that. But Sunday, I have to get up and do a few things there. I have a softball playoff game at noon, cousin's birthday party afterwards, and then SummerSlam. So I'm on the go all weekend, guys. I'm on the go all this week. I'm busy with so much. So just stay patient with me, I have a life too outside of YouTube, but as always, guys, I do appreciate your support, especially from the most of the subscribers I have on this channel, even some more recent ones. Like obviously, I got a new buddy here, and King Larry. It's awesome to have you on the crew, man. You're pretty darn awesome. I look forward to chatting more wrestling with you as well. So, guys, as always, I give SmackDown Live again a B-. Give the slight edge of SmackDown for this week. What grade would you give SmackDown Live? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe more content on the channel. And you may also follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAir93. And my next video will most likely be my 205 Live review, so I may do that either tonight before I go to sleep, and I'll do that sometime during the day tomorrow, because I'm going to be busy tomorrow morning. So that, guys, I'm checking out. I'm going to see you guys all there. Until then, guys, have a great night. And peace out, everybody. And remember, it's so sweet.